How did the United States end up bombing Iran in 2026? Because this didn't start with Trump. This didn't start with nuclear weapons. This conflict goes back 70 years, and almost nobody knows the full story. Most people think this war started in February 2026. It didn't.
It started in 1953 with a CIA coup. And once you understand what happened then, everything happening now makes complete sense. In the next 10 minutes, we're breaking down the complete history of US versus Iran, from allies to enemies to open warfare. And at the end, we'll give you the AI verdict on who's really responsible for this conflict. Let's go back to the beginning. So here's something most Americans don't know. In 1953, the US and Iran were actually allies. Close allies. Iran had oil, America wanted stable access to it. Simple relationship. So what happened? Iran elected a prime minister named Mohammad Mossadegh. Democratic election, popular guy. And he had one major idea. Iran should control its own oil, which the US and Britain didn't like. So in 1953, the CIA, with British intelligence, organized a coup, overthrew the democratically elected government, reinstalled the Shah of Iran as a monarch friendly to Western interests.
And Iranians never forgot that.
This is the root of everything. When Iranians call America the Great Satan, this is where it started. The US overthrew their democracy to control their oil. So from Iran's perspective, America has been interfering in their country since 1953, before most Americans watching this were even born. So fast forward to 1979. What happens? Everything explodes. The Shah, America's man in Iran, had been ruling for 26 years. Brutal secret police, suppressing opposition, getting rich while ordinary Iranians suffered.
And the people revolted?
Massive protests. The Shah fled. Ayatollah Khomeini returned from exile in France and took power. Iran became an Islamic republic, a theocracy.
And then the hostage crisis?
November 4, 1979. Iranian students, angry that America gave the Shah cancer treatment, stormed the US embassy in Tehran, took 52 Americans hostage, held them 444 days.
That's over a year.
America and Iran cut diplomatic relations completely in 1980. And here's the key fact. They have never restored them. No embassies, no direct talks, no diplomatic relations for over 45 years. 45 years of no formal communication? One of the longest diplomatic ruptures between major nations in modern history.
So what happens after the hostage crisis? 1980. Iraq, led by Saddam Hussein, invades Iran. 8-year war, one of the bloodiest conflicts since World War II.
And America's position?
America backed Iraq, gave Saddam intelligence, weapons, financial support.
Even though Iraq used chemical weapons on Iranians?
Even then, the Reagan administration looked the other way. By some estimates, Iran lost up to 1 million people in that war.
And then Iran-Contra happened?
1986. It came out that the Reagan administration was secretly also selling weapons to Iran to fund Nicaraguan rebels. So America was playing both sides.
So America supported Iran's enemy and secretly sold weapons to Iran at the same time?
Now you understand why Iran trusts nothing America says. Every deal, every promise, they've seen America break it before.
And then the plane?
July 1988. USS Vincennes, US Navy ship, shot down Iran Air Flight 655. Commercial passenger plane, 290 civilians killed. America said it was a mistake, never officially apologized.
So from Iran's view, CIA coup, backed their enemy, shot down their plane, no apology?
Every decade adds another layer of grievance. So when does the nuclear stuff start? After the Iraq War ended in 1988, Iran looked around at the world and made a calculation. Countries with nuclear weapons don't get invaded. Countries without them do.
Like Iraq?
Saddam had no nukes. America invaded, 2003. Libya gave up its nuclear program. Gaddafi was overthrown, 2011. North Korea kept its nukes, still standing today. So from Iran's perspective, nuclear weapons are survival insurance? That's the strategic logic. And in 2002, it came out that Iran had been secretly building nuclear facilities for years.
That's when Bush called them axis of evil. 2002 State of the Union. Iran, Iraq, North Korea. Axis of evil. Iran was furious. They'd actually helped America after 9/11 in Afghanistan. And this was the response. Wait, Iran helped after 9/11? Yes. Iranian government helped coordinate against the Taliban. There were back-channel talks, a possible opening for better relations. Then, axis of evil killed it. Another missed opportunity. Decades of them.
So how did we get to the actual war in 2026?
Trump wins 2024, returns to even stricter maximum pressure on Iran. Sanctions tightened, Iran's economy struggling.
What was happening inside Iran?
Massive anti-government protests described as the largest since 1979. People desperate, economy collapsing, young Iranians risking their lives in the streets.
And Trump said,
Help is on its way, directly addressing Iranian protesters, a signal that America was watching and might act.
and the nuclear situation?
IAEA discovered Iran had hidden highly enriched uranium in an underground facility that had been undamaged, very close to weapons grade. The red line was being crossed.
So Trump faced a choice.
February 28, 2026, Operation Epic Fury, joint U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran, Tehran, Isfahan, Qom, Karaj, Kermanshah. Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei killed when his compound was destroyed.
They killed the supreme leader?
Along with other senior officials, the heart of the Iranian regime struck in the opening hours.
And Iran?
Fired hundreds of ballistic missiles and thousands of drones across the Middle East, Israel, Qatar, UAE, Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Oman, all targeted. This was a regional war. Confirmed, thousands dead, millions displaced, the Strait of Hormuz closed, global oil prices exploded.
So why does any of this matter to someone watching at home?
Your gas prices, your grocery bills, your energy costs, all connected to one thing: oil flowing through the Strait of Hormuz, the 20% waterway. 20% of world oil supply goes through that strait. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Kuwait, Iraq, all their exports. When it closes, global prices spike immediately.
And the nuclear angle?
If Iran gets nuclear weapons, Saudi Arabia wants them. Turkey wants them. The entire Middle East goes nuclear. The world becomes significantly more dangerous for everyone.
And for Americans specifically.
Over 900 Americans have been killed in incidents directly linked to Iran or its proxy since 1979. The 241 Marines in Beirut, 1983. Soldiers in Iraq. The Tower 22 attack in 2024.
This conflict has real human cost.
And right now, today, it's still being decided. Deal or no deal. War continues or peace. Nuclear weapons or not.
All right, the AI verdict. The question everyone wants answered. Who's responsible for this conflict?
AI analysis shows responsibility is shared, but not equally.
America's role in escalation?
U.S. escalation points. 1953 CIA coup overthrew Iran's democracy, backed Iraq with chemical weapons against Iran, shot down civilian airliner, never apologized, called them axis of evil after they helped with 9/11, withdrew from a nuclear deal Iran was complying with, assassinated their top general.
Iran's role?
Iran escalation points held 52 Americans hostage 444 days, funded proxy groups killing Americans across Middle East, secretly built nuclear facilities for decades, broken nuclear deal commitments after U.S. withdrawal, fired missiles at U.S. bases killing American soldiers, closed international waterway causing a global crisis.
So, the AI verdict is?
AI verdict: 70 years of mutual escalation. Neither side is purely the victim, neither's purely the aggressor. The 1953 coup created legitimate Iranian grievance. Iran's 1979 hostage crisis created legitimate American anger. Every decade since, both sides chose escalation over diplomacy.
The tragedy of US-Iran is they were once allies. Every step toward war was a choice, and every choice had an alternative.
Probability this conflict fully resolves in 2026, 45%. Probability of permanent nuclear deal, 35%. Probability of conflict recurring within 10 years, 60%. Probability either side changes its fundamental behavior, 20%.
So even if they make a deal, the underlying tensions don't go away?
In 70 years, they've never managed lasting peace. The deal would be another chapter, not the final one.
All right, here's 70 years in 2 minutes.
1953, CIA overthrows Iran's democracy. 1979, revolution, hostage crisis. 45 years of no relations. 1980s, America backs Iran's enemy, Iraq. Iran loses 1 million people. 1986, Iran-Contra. America secretly armed both sides. 1988, America shoots down Iranian airliner. No apology. 2002, Bush calls them axis of evil. Missed diplomatic opening. 2015, Obama nuclear deal. Works for 3 years. 2018, Trump pulls out. Sanctions back. Deal collapses. 2020, America assassinates Iran's top general. 2026, America and Israel bomb Iran. Supreme leader killed. Today, negotiations for a deal. Outcome unknown.
Every single step, there was a moment where a different choice could have changed history.
So here's what we want to know from you. After hearing the full 70-year story, who do you think bears more responsibility, America or Iran?
Drop your verdict in the comments. This is exactly the kind of debate that needs to happen.
And subscribe to the channel. We do AI verdict analysis on the world's biggest conflicts, explained with data and history. If you want to understand what's really happening in the world, not just today's headlines, this is the place.
Next video, we're breaking down every Trump foreign policy decision and analyzing which ones actually worked. That's the AI verdict series.
Understanding history is understanding the present. 70 years of decisions brought us here.
Stay informed. See you in the next one.
The full picture always matters more than today's headline.